Welcome back to the Happy Place Diaries. This is a series of videos for anyone that is new to RVing, just got a new RV, or even you old timers out there, because we might just show you a thing or two that makes sense and you might want to start implementing that. What we've learned is a lot of things that go wrong with RVing, and this is a fact, Therese.
It
is because people do things wrong. And then they end up voiding their warranty or putting themselves in a position that, hurts their rig. And the next thing you know, they're not enjoying RVing anymore.
Right.
So we want you to get the most out of your RV so that you can camp better. So stick around and follow this entire series, and you'll get the most out of your RV.
Hey, welcome back. This is Happy Place Diaries, and I'm Teresa.
And I'm Jerry. And if this is your first time here, welcome. We're really happy that you found us, and hopefully you stick around. If you're a returning guest, we always appreciate having you with us. So let's jump right in. And after a hairstyle change, this is video number 1 in our series on getting the most out of your RV. So, like we said in the intro, if you're new to RVing or you just got a new rig, and even you seasoned folks out there, we hope that we can share something that you find of value, that you can get out there and get the most out of your RV and camp better. In this video, we're breaking down the numbers, and Teresa is going to talk about getting to know your RV. So the first step in this whole RV thing is to know your RV. And I'm going to get to kind of the nuts and bolts and break down some of the numbers that you really need to know. And then Teresa's going to bump over and show you the fun stuff. So let's talk about the numbers. So essentially there are 4 numbers that you need to know. You need to know how much your tow vehicle can tow. You need to know how much cargo capacity that tow vehicle has. You need to know what your pin weight of your RV is, or hitch weight, and you need to know what the gross vehicle weight of your RV is. And so let me break that down for you. So the manufacturer of your tow vehicle will give you that number. Now, here's what to remember. Don't forget about you and everything that you're putting in your tow vehicle too. If you're going to throw a generator in the back, if you're going to throw a whole bunch of people and a couple dogs, all those numbers go to your carrying capacity. So you need to know what your gross vehicle weight is going to be once it's loaded and what the carrying capacity is. If you're towing a fifth wheel, you need to know what your cargo capacity is so that when you put your fifth wheel into the bed of your truck, you're not exceeding that cargo capacity. And again, that is a total number. What is in the bed of your truck? How much does your hitch weigh? And what is the pin weight of your fifth wheel? So let's go to pin weight. The pin weight is the weight that is transferred from your fifth wheel onto the bed of your truck or onto the axles of your truck. If you have a travel trailer, you're going to want to know what the hitch weight is, or also known as your tongue weight. And that is the weight that goes onto the ball of your truck. And then the gross vehicle weight of the RV. So, for example, our Montana fifth wheel is 14,500 pounds dry. That means there's nothing in it except for what came from the factory. Now, if I put water in my fresh tanks, if I'm hauling water in my gray and black tanks and I load in blankets and pillows and camp chairs and a barbecue and all of our pots and pans and all that stuff, well, now I've just added to that weight. So you need to know what your carrying capacity is of your travel trailer or your fifth wheel. So in our case, we can haul 2,500 pounds. So you take your dry weight, which was 14,500, and I add 2,500 pounds. I have a gross vehicle weight on our RV of 16,800 pounds. And that's it. That is what this rig can safely go down the road with. What is the size of your rig? You need to know the length of your rig and you need to know the height of your rig. So, an example, ours is 41 feet, and that is the total length of the vehicle from the front to the back. You also need to know the height of the vehicle. Ours is 13 feet 4 inches, and you need to account for those air conditioning units up there too. So you want to get the total height from the ground to the top of the highest thing that's on the top. So if you've added antennas or you've added whatever, add all of that in for your total height. Some other numbers that you need to consider are your tank sizes. In our case, we have 44 gallons of gray in one tank, 44 gallons of gray in our second gray tank, and both of our black tanks add up to 88 gallons of black. We have two black tanks at 44 gallons apiece and a 46-gallon fresh tank. Super important to know so that when you're getting full, you know, number one, how much weight you're carrying or when it's time to dump. So first things first, an RV is kind of like a house on wheels, except there's different buttons and different controls, and there's things that you really have to watch out for that you don't necessarily have to do in the house. So Teresa's going to walk you around and show you some of the things to get to know your rig.
Okay, so you want to get to know all your buttons and pushing them and making sure that they work. We're going to go over this in another video, but we'll just kind of show you what we're doing here. You've got buttons for your awning. You've got buttons for your gas and electric, tank heaters, and then these are the lights all over. And then these buttons down here are for the slides. So you want to know what your slides do. Like we had to number them because we've got 5. And so you want to push them, make sure that they all work. 3. Oh, that scared me. I heard it over here. So now we're going to go into the kitchen. And to start off, we're going to talk about the refrigerator. There's 2 kinds. There's residential and then there's regular trailer refrigerators. Some have the control on the outside and some have the control on the inside. So you want to look. The ones on the smaller rigs have a little device that you move up and down. And on ours, we just kind of push if we want electric or gas. And then we put it to the temperature that we want.
Go.
All right, so you're going to probably have a stove and a convection oven or a microwave. You want to open them, push the buttons. Just like your cabinets, pull the cabinets out, see how they work. You know, just try out everything. So the stove, they're all propane, gas. So some of them have an electric starter, some don't. Some you have to open up the door and reach in there and get the lighter and flick it on. Make sure you know which one you have and make sure you know how to use it because sometimes it's kind of hard. You got to know where the gas is. When you decide on a trailer, make sure that you get into the shower because even though you're like, yeah, this is nice, you really got to just think about how you do your shower. We'll show you. especially if you're tall. We have a skylight, so if I was taller, it would be great. But you just kind of want to make sure that when you're standing, because some of them aren't this big, some of them are half the size, so you got to remember that. Make sure that you've got places to put your stuff, how you're going to hang stuff without... Okay, so when you're looking at the bedroom, get on that bed, get on that mattress, and make sure it's comfortable, because that's a big thing. You'll want to check out how much room you have. You know, that's a personal preference again, but you'll want to check out if there's outlets. All right, so when you're looking to storage for like clothes and stuff, you got to look at all the space. Open and close. Open, kind of visualize what you're going to put in there.
Yeah, and when it comes to storage, remember that the bigger the backpack, the more crap you'll put in it. So remember, just because you got a lot of storage, it doesn't mean that you could fill it all. Right. Or you can, but make sure that you're watching your weight.
Well, I hope that some of this has helped you figure out what you need to look for and how to do it.
Yeah, so stay through the entire series, because we're going to talk about things like your slide outs. We're going to talk about things like your electric and all of your water and how to do all of those things, how to hook up, how to set up, and little tips that we have learned over the 7 years that we've been RVing. So we hope you stay through the entire series. And as always, we appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you in the next video.
Well, I'm usually tired, so.
Yeah, well, I don't care. And neither does the audience. The audience doesn't care how tired you are. They pay a lot of money for these videos.
It's free.
Yeah. Sadie, stop licking me. Okay, ready?
Smile. You don't smile either.
I always smile. All right, ready? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the Happy Place Diaries. If this is your first time here, welcome. So, oh shit, I'm stupid. Hey,